EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for May 16th, 2019. For your Thursday, very early shower for very far southeastern areas. We'll quickly move away this morning. Elsewhere, we're going to be partly to mostly sunny today. And kind of a repeat of yesterday, maybe a degree or two warmer, in fact, than yesterday. But very near seasonal averages in terms of high temperatures and what is expected for this time of year. So a very nice day today. I do think tonight is also a dry night, and then we will have an opportunity for a few showers to come in on Friday morning. I don't think this is a real big deal, but this is looking at Friday morning, just a few showers here at this point. And then during the afternoon, we should have some improvement, even though the global models are suggesting otherwise, at least for southwestern Pennsylvania, which will bring some clouds up in the region. But we do have a front that's trying to push through, and until it completely pushes through, we can't rule out a shower in the afternoon either. But I think the concentration of the showers is just going to be very widely scattered. First of all, not everywhere gets into that much rain, and it's just Friday morning for the most part. So let's get over the NAM future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 4 a.m. Friday. Okay, so you can see where the front is. It's all the way back here, and it's going to be pretty quickly moving. And this is just moving ahead 3 hours to 7 a.m. You can see some showers across central Pennsylvania, and this is all moving eastward. And finally, this is 10 a.m. on Friday, and it's getting over to far eastern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania at this point. And after that, we're pretty much done. This is looking at the afternoon. Nothing shown here on the NAM for the rest of the day, and that probably is going to be and end up being the case. You can see some activity in southwestern Pennsylvania that the global model is a little bit more enthused with. Probably just this line shown here is probably just a thunderstorm cell that kind of went from just north of Pittsburgh down to maybe over by Chambersburg or so. But otherwise, it's really not that big of a deal for the rest of the day. On Friday, might still be kind of, I'll call it variably cloudy in the afternoon, because you could have some areas mostly cloudy, some areas partly cloudy after that morning shower threat ends. So not an all-day thing here on Friday, and not a lot of precipitation anyway. Okay, so once this moves through, we will be dry here on Saturday. We're expecting partly to mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the middle 70s, generally middle 70s in most areas, give or take a few degrees on either side, north to south. And then the warmest of the days is going to be Sunday. Okay, Sunday we're going to make it run at 80 degrees in many locations but then you have the opportunity late in the day to have a few scattered thunderstorms, mainly for interior areas northwest of I-95. And these are just widely scattered late day, heat of the day thunderstorms. Not a real huge deal. Okay, the frontal boundary for the next front is all the way back here in the Ohio Valley. So this is all prefrontal activity right here. So this is going to be a widely scattered type of thing. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this closely, but I don't think most of Sunday is going to be, it looks like most of Sunday is going to be dry, so don't let it ruin any plans for Sunday just yet. Just those scattered pop-up thunderstorm here in the afternoon is certainly possible. Then as we go forward from this point, we have the actual cold front move through here on Monday. The cold front itself looks like it wants to fall apart as it's making its way eastward, and so does any push of cool air or anything behind it. There's really not cool air here behind it that's going to make its way through. The only thing it's going to do is get winds coming in from the northwest by the time we get to Tuesday, but that's just the upper airflow. So the surface temperature is still going to be warm when we get into Tuesday after this front passes. It's still warm here on Monday. Warm behind it on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be back to partly to mostly sunny skies, and then partly cloudy Wednesday. We have one more front that's going to be approaching the region on Wednesday. Look what this does. Kind of falls apart too. Maybe a few showers overnight Wednesday night, and then nothing Thursday, nothing Friday. And we're heading into the holiday weekend. So this is going out to the 10-day period. You see dry here. This is the beginning of the holiday weekend next weekend. Everybody keeps asking me, how's the Memorial Day weekend look? Well, the one thing I can do at this point, because I don't want to get into too many specifics, if I can spit that out, too many specifics of day-to-day occurrences of what we're going to see on each day. I do think the start of the weekend favors completely dry. Once we get later in the weekend, Sunday, Monday, especially on Monday, Memorial Day Monday, you have an opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms. And one thing I will say about this upcoming weekend, just because when we look at things at this range, we don't try not to get into individual daily details, but we do look at the upper air patterns and see what that's showing. And it's very consistent between the GFS and European model, suggesting, now this is looking at Friday, at the start of the 4-day weekend for Memorial Day weekend, very warm temperatures. You're going to see your app forecasts in this upcoming week. If you have those, phone apps or whatever, I'm sure most people do, you're going to see those phone apps just get increased, continue to increase temperatures, not just to 80, I mean, well into the 80s for highs here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to be very warm as we head into the holiday weekend. The question is this ridge right here, how quick, it does show that this peaks here on Friday. And it is a very strong ridge. It's sitting over the maybe lower Tennessee Valley here at this point. And then as you go through the weekend, here's a look at Saturday, it's still there. You get to Sunday, it starts to break down a little bit. You see that ridge start to break down and flatten out a little bit? All right, and we start getting, and then when you, especially Memorial Day, Monday, it looks a lot different. Just the height orientation here would indicate to me that we have the opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms to come in, mainly toward the end of the weekend, maybe Monday. Okay, and in this situation, this is showing troughs and ridges. This is a big ridge right here like this. Okay, on the outer periphery of this ridge, you can put a big H there too for high pressure. On the outer periphery of this ridge, meaning right up in here, right along it, would be the opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms. Okay, so the stronger this ridge is, if I back this up a few days to when it was at its strongest point, the ridge actually protects you from having any kind of precipitation because it's just too strong. So any kind of precipitation goes up and over top of the ridge like this, and it cannot get into our area. So that's why, and this is looking at Saturday afternoon, there's no way you can get any precipitation here in this pattern here with this big high sitting right here blocking everything. Once it starts to break down late in the weekend, we have better chances for that. But we'll get into this, just kind of give you some insight, just some things to look ahead to the holiday weekend. It will be very warm. I'm very confident, that very high confidence, and that it will be very, very warm, if not hot, the holiday weekend. Probably the entire weekend. Maybe Monday's not quite as hot once we get to that point toward the end of the weekend. But definitely looking at a drier start to the weekend. And the end of the weekend's not wet necessarily, but it could be increased chances for thunderstorms. So the further into the weekend you go, more likely Monday, but maybe even as early as Sunday. We'll see how that works out in the coming weeks. And of course, we'll update this every single day heading into next weekend for the holiday weekend that's upcoming. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for May 16th, 2019. Have a great Thursday.